Incredible. This is one of like 80 Coreopsis hybrid varieties. The hybrid varieties these days are out of control. Coreopsis is also known as Coleopsis, but most commonly people call it tickseed because the seeds look like ticks. Gross. Coreopsis is in that big ol' Asteraceae family, the sunflower family, and it likes well-drained soil, full sun, but will tolerate part shade. If you want Coreopsis in your garden, you have an immense and difficult decision to make. Do you want an annual or a perennial? As far as I know, there's two sort of traditional perennial varieties of Coreopsis. There's Coreopsis grandiflora, beautiful, and there's Coreopsis verticillata, aka threadleaf Coreopsis. Those two you can expect to find on roadsides and open meadows across North America. They spread by rhizome under the ground, so that's what makes them a little bit hardier, and they're more than likely to survive winters through zones 4 to 6 because of that rhizome spreading. If you're going annual, there's a lot of selections to choose from. This is Coreopsis Incredible, or butterfly Coreopsis, that I seeded this year. I'm thinking that it's a hybrid based off of the prairie Coreopsis or the grandiflora. The packet doesn't even say. That's how diluted the annual hybrids are. There's sometimes no way to know for sure. Okay, these tick seeds. Sow them 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date indoors and transplant, or you can sow them direct outside. They do well in the ground or in containers. The seeds, you can just press lightly into the soil and cover lightly, mist them. Germination is about 2 to 3 weeks. The spacing for the seeds is usually recommended to be quite large. When I read this, I was kind of surprised. It's like 10 inches. You don't have to do that. I plant mine pretty close, and you know what? They don't mind. In my opinion, they look better this way. The foliage is so airy. It's nice when it's all clumped and close together. So fine and feathery, textured. Some Coreopsis grows up to 48 inches. Can you imagine seeing that? If I was in a field of Coreopsis like that, I'd think I was in some kind of mystical fairyland or something. Flowers of Coreopsis vary between cultivars. This one, this annual, is a bicolor, so it's got this creamy yellow on the outside and then a kind of a maroon on the inside. Super nice combo. The perennial varieties will have sort of tooth-tipped edges. These ones don't, but I love that about the perennial varieties. If you're still deciding which way to go. Regardless, all Coreopses are super attractive to bees and butterflies. They have a good amount of nectar in them. The biggest pro, in my opinion, is their long bloom season. These guys will bloom from early summer all the way to frost. Once the flowers are fully mature and have gone to seed, they're just kind of like these little brown, empty, sort of dried cups. You can take that whole thing off and just crush it in your hand, and the seeds are in there. They're like little brown, maroon, sort of dark, papery, tick-looking seeds. Other fun random facts: they're deer resistant, so all you country folk or city folk on the edge of parks or whatever. I don't know what makes a plant deer resistant. It's got to be the smell, right? Or the texture, but in this case, it must emit some kind of awful smell to deer. Coreopsis also makes a great cut flower. You wouldn't think, just because it looks so delicate, but it holds up and it adds that nice sort of textured, delicate look to a bouquet. Here's another Coreopsis dilemma. You can deadhead the flowers and they keep coming back profusely. But if you leave them, the birds, especially finches, love eating them throughout fall and winter. Love. So if you're a finch fan, grow Coreopsis. Imagine if somebody just became a Coreopsis enthusiast and like tried to grow all the varieties of Coreopsis. Their yard would look like a swampy, like horsetail, nettly, fairy land. That'd be cool. Would you do it? Would you? Would you?